10 animals that can't die. No one likes the thought of growing old. Despite our many human endeavors to escape or delay the process of aging, it seems to be an inevitable part of life. But why? Why do living things gradually fall apart when they grow older? There is a word for it: senescence. Senescence is the state of gradual deterioration of normal functioning. At the cellular level, it means cells stop dividing and they eventually die. It can also apply to an entire organism or to specific organs or tissues. Apparently, there are already a number of existing plants and animal species that are seemingly deathless, if not can live for a very long time when compared to the lifespan of humans. To put it in other words, these organisms could die as they might get killed by either a predator or a destructive change in the environment, or suffer from a disease. But, unlike humans, they rarely die because of old age. 10. Bowhead whales. Aside from their humongous size, another astonishing fact about bowhead whales is that they can live up to more than 100 years. The secret to this? They can repair damaged DNA, hence are prevented from developing cancer. Scientists also suggested that these whales can also survive the absence of oxygen for a very long time. Number 9. Aldabra giant tortoise. As their name suggests, these tortoises are one of the largest species of tortoise in the world. These tortoises take a very long time to grow, as they do not reach sexual maturity until over 30 years of age. The oldest confirmed age of a tortoise was 255 years. This tortoise was Adwaita at the Aldabra Zoological Gardens in Kolkata, India. However, scientists have revealed that some may have persisted twice that age. 8. Greenland shark. Known as the longest living vertebrate with an average lifespan of 272 years, this species of shark does not reach sexual maturity until 150 years. The secret to this is pretty obvious: its incredible ability to withstand the intense darkness and freezing temperature at 2,200 meters depth. 7. Ocean quahog clam. This marine bivalve mollusk is special because it is exceptionally easy to determine the creature's age. Like a tree, its lifespan is recorded in the growth rings of its shell. Even more, those rings offer insight into its life, with wide rings showing a year of plentiful food and narrow rings showing a scarcer time. Due to this trait, one ocean quahog was dated to 507 years old, the oldest of its kind ever found. The secret to this longevity is linked to the quahog's unusually thin production of reactive oxygen species, which are unstable and oxygen-holding molecules. Build-up of these molecules can cause damage to DNA, RNA, and proteins, and result in cell death. Due to the quahog's attenuated amount of these reactive oxygen species, it is able to fight off a common source of aging and live for many centuries. 6. Glass sponges. As far as multicellular animals go, marine sponges are as simple as they come. They have no internal organs, digestive tracts, or nervous and muscular systems. Yet a marine sponge specimen has been found to be at least 11,000 years old, with some studies suggesting the potential lifespan of these creatures to be in the hundreds of thousands of years. The key to their longevity may lie in their simplicity. Andrei Lavrov and Igor Kosovich, biologists who studied marine sponges' abilities, found that when the sponges were subjected to tissue dissociation, by chemically or mechanically separating the cells from one another, sponges were able to reform into their original shape. 5. Turritopsis dohrnii, jellyfish. Imagine that we could decide on a whim to reverse our aging at any point in our lives. Our hair would get less grey, our wrinkles would disappear, our bodies would get stronger, and our metabolism would increase. We'd be like teenagers again, and then like children, and finally, like babies. Then we'd start aging again from the beginning, living our lives a second time, none the worse for wear. This is the exact situation of the immortal jellyfish. At any point in its life, the jellyfish can reverse aging in a process known as transdifferentiation, revert to its earliest form, and then continue living from there. So far as we know, this process can continue without end. This mechanism can be triggered by anything from mutilation to old age, starvation, or disease. If left to their own devices, these jellyfish will rejuvenate about 10 times over the course of 2 years. 4. Hydra. This creature is only about 2.5 centimeters, 1 inch high, and tree-like. However, the Hydra does not suffer from conventional mortality. They accomplish this feat using 3 distinct types of stem cell, which are initially undifferentiated and can eventually become many different specialized cell types. These stem cells are actively renewing the body of the Hydra, and thus fighting off any aging process that could lower their mortality rate. In a laboratory setting, it's estimated that 5% of Hydra could live up to 1,400 years using this process. 3. Tree Weeter/zombie bugs. These bugs are very resilient to freezing, as they have special proteins in their blood that prevent this from happening. While their hearts and brains are not that resistant to freezing and can die when completely frozen, they can be revived to life when thawed out. 2. Bdelloids. Bdelloids are a group of freshwater rotifers, zooplankton, that can be considered immortal, in a sense that they can tolerate extreme conditions like high heat, low temperature, and extreme pressure. Furthermore, they can also enter a state of hibernation and come back when they wish to do so. Number 1. Water bear. Also known as tardigrades, water bears are possibly the toughest animal on the planet. These creatures, though very tiny, not more than 1.5 millimeters, can survive extreme conditions like boiling, greater than 100 degrees centigrade, freezing, minus 272.8 degrees centigrade, cutting, drying, or even putting them into outer space. In addition to this, they can tolerate extreme radiation and can stop their metabolism for a long time and come back to life when they get in contact with water.